love you, baby.
No, but what grinds your gears?
People in general. You know what really grinds my gears? Fucking losers that sit around on the fucking block with those stupid fucking vests. Hey, excusez-moi, monsieur, je suis une fille. Go fuck yourself. It's for real, but it's so stupid.
But it
30 minutes of silence.
30 minutes of silence.
Minutes of silence.
Armin, you got that's a long time.
Hey guys.
I'm gonna...
I'm really shocked that in 47, 48 fucking podcasts, 30 seconds of silence each time before, and no one's farted, man. To break the silence.
I
trying to push that.
I could have broken that because this guy heard me today.
Yeah.
With the fucking, I let a fart go.
It was
literally
Step Brothers.
like from beginning to end about 12 seconds.
It was Step Brothers.
And just power the whole way through.
You realize that this is going on, the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay, man. That's what we do, man.
That's what we do.
Why don't you take us?
The fucking people know
I'll just-
fart.
How about I just take 1 second and just say, welcome to the Bastards Council. This is episode 47.
That's the intro I was looking for last week.
You know what's funny about last week?
What?
No.
Listen, 46, Armin, divided by 2.
20 fucking 3.
Exactly. It eluded all of us. The number 23, twice. In one number.
We knew this. We knew 46 was coming up. It literally follows 45.
So? That
So
doesn't
you know
make any
it's coming,
sense.
unless we
it's all
stop.
about the number 23.
And
We've
then-
went over this. Anyways, let's start this 47 off right. We're about to fart.
I think when it comes to 92, you're going to see it's 4 times over 23.
Exactly.
You need to dye your beard.
The fact
No,
that
man. This gives
the
me...
fact that you know this
It gives him a look.
and you don't get the fact that it eludes you.
Excuse me.
Hold on. Before... continue with the eluding.
Yeah, he's not getting eluded.
Excuse me, just because I can do basic fucking math in my head without
Oh,
thinking about it.
So overrated.
No, I said every word correctly, motherfucker.
Let's get back to my beard. Don't you find it gives me character?
Oh, yeah.
100%.
It's like a little bit of salt on a whole bunch of pepper.
It gives you some people might call it age.
Yeah? I'm at the age
I could tell.
coming.
I can tell you're no longer 30.
Prime jizz.
Yeah,
A lot
I'm
of
coming
things
of age.
better
He's in
with
his
age.
prime
Listen,
jizz, man.
You know LC, Joe Manganiello? He's got that. And the chicks go gaga.
Yeah, but he's
over that.
Joe Manganiello.
Gaga.
John, no, you're Joe.
I'm getting there.
Joe Manganiello. You're missing you're missing
Relax.
4 syllables. You're missing 4 syllables there.
Yeah.
Manganiello. John. No, there you go.
That's enough energy drinks.
I like it.
Enough
It's
energy
good.
drinks for you. And now, right now, we play the crickets.
Cheat.
There you go.
All right, so we got a whole podcast
You have
full
racist
of,
crickets, dude.
Full of
full of discussions about EA, not the sports, because
It's in the game.
What else?
there's stuff in that.
What else starts
Switch.
with
You're
an
talking
E?
EA?
EA.
EA.
So like electronic arts?
Electronic arts.
Yeah. So what's wrong? Okay. EA, the company.
Yeah, the company.
Okay.
So have you heard about the Battlefront controversy this whole fucking week?
No, I wasn't. I actually, for this is probably the first week I haven't paid attention to shit.
Why?
I don't know. I was just busy with a lot of things at work.
As opposed to not being.
No, well, actually, no. It has nothing to
get
do
it.
with that because I
Mind
normally
you.
actually check also trending topics on my phone on my way to work, and I don't know. Maybe I was just too tired in the morning.
Or maybe the world just dealt us a fucking boring week.
A boring
could
week.
be.
Actually, I had a good week at work.
No, I don't mean that. I mean,
News-wise,
nothing blew up. Nobody killed himself. That's
what you think.
You don't know about it.
No, you know,
there's a
I'm
lot of
sure
things
if
in
I
my
look
mind.
at headlines right now, somebody
killed him?
definitely
Wait a minute.
died.
Somebody must have said that he got raped or she got raped or something in the last week against somebody. Has to be.
That's
Hold
excessive.
on.
We have a mounting stack of sexual allegations. George Takei joins the fray. That's a good one.
I told you. See, I knew it wasn't a boring week. World, we
You know that's smart.
Aha! Stop including weight, height, and chest size on resume. What?
What the
Never
fuck?
seen any-
How do you know you're gonna fit in our
agrees.
chairs?
Our urges. Wait, something is going
Oh,
on.
it's about actresses. I get it.
But it's
No, it's Halifax.
actresses.
Is Mark
Halifax has
Hamill still
actresses.
fine though?
Halifax.
Mark Hamill is still.
Still fine.
Mark Hamill's still alive. Yeah, he hasn't touched anybody. He hasn't
Oh, that is about actors.
See, what did I tell you?
Halifaxers.
Halifaxers, dude.
Basically, Zelensky says that they should stop having actors' measurements and other personal information. Here's why I think that is stupid. You should keep it on there because
What the fuck? You're casting.
you're
You need to
you're
know the
casting.
role
If
in
you
the film.
want a role like, okay, we need fat guys, or hey, we need black guys, or hey, we need girls with big tits to represent whatever
we need
role
guys
you want to
with big dicks.
You have to have this stuff there.
What if
They
it's
want-
porno?
Especially if it's
We do that too.
They're gonna ask their
Yeah,
measurements.
no, we do.
Shit, it's the first thing you ask.
When you go buy a shoe, you have to tell them what size shoe you wear.
Yeah.
So-
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So like,
So it's like the next time a guy says, "What size is your foot?" I have the right to hit him in the fucking mouth. Then
Oh, you've always had that right.
I don't can't quit that for you.
you know, here's what I think. This director that is saying this, he probably is trying to get with some.
Call him by
Girl-
his real title, bitch.
Yeah, he's probably would try to get with some girl.
Probably.
And she's probably very much with this kind of attitude. So he's just doing this to show that, yeah, look, I feel the same way. Shut the fuck up. He's a director.
Have you been in that role before?
What?
You acted a fool to get a girl?
Acted a fool.
Yeah.
Well,
Have I?
this isn't acting a fool.
Probably.
This is straight up like representing your life.
Yeah, pretty much. You're putting it online.
You're on
going,
TV fucking making headlines saying shit like, I support the fact that we're going to have nondescript, I guess, applications for specific roles that we need.
Yeah,
it
like-
makes sense.
Like, yeah, we want to cast for Superman. We're
Asian
looking
guy
for
shows up,
an actor that looks like this, XXX, you know? And then imagine it's like, oh, well, it didn't specify on the resume because, you know, you didn't have XXX.
It's like,
X.
Imagine Bruce Vilanch going in for a fucking Superman role. Yeah, he didn't list that he was Bruce Vilanch.
I don't know who that is.
Big fat guy.
Yeah.
A big gay fat guy. I mean, a really big gay fat guy.
you might know him as Bruce Valanche.
Oh, or Vilanch, yeah.
Avalanche?
Perhaps.
Let's pull up a photo of dear old Bruce.
Well, while Justin's looking for dear old Bruce, I guess we'll conclude about the whole with that little headline
Oh,
that you
right.
had there. If you're the kind of person who believes that you ought to be, you know, non-discriminatory in specific roles that you are searching for, so you can make a movie, you probably shouldn't be a director.
Boom.
Yeah.
And if you're the type of person that complains
That
about
is
this
a
sort of thing while you're in the
ugly
business,
man.
you should probably not be an actor.
That's Bruce
Fuck off.
Vilanch.
Okay.
Yeah,
That is
legendary.
a really, really
Bruce.
big gay man.
He's a fucking hunk of meat, the guy. Yeah.
I mean, he's got a chin the size of some people's fucking.
His chin has a chin.
His chin has its own area code.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch you get long distance charges. You swipe on that shit, man.
All right, so to bring back EA.
Yeah.
So this week, for the uninformed,
Uninformed.
Battlefront 2, the new Star Wars game that EA was developing, or publishing, I should say, was released as beta. It was a beta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay, so it was only released as beta.
for now, yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant it was.
So
full
it's
release.
a AAA title, $80 for the game. The problem is you get it locked. You get Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, and Leia, and Chewie, all the main characters locked. And to do that, to get them, you have to grind in the game. Basically, if you're uninformed about what grinding is, you just got to play a lot of menial fucking things over and over and over again to get points to unlock them. In the beginning, it took like, what was it, 70,000, 80,000 points to unlock them, and some guy calculated it would take 40 hours of straight grinding just to unlock one character.
Which is just fucking absurd.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a long. I'm not talking about just
I
playing the
finish
game.
games in 40 hours,
Right?
man.
If you play a game in 40 hours, doing the same like multiplayer match over.
That's
and
what
over
I mean.
and
That's
over again.
miserable.
before
That's a
you go
long
on,
time.
before you go on,
Yeah.
I'm from the old school RPG era
Mm-hmm.
where you had to advance them or make them go up in levels
Mm-hmm.
by just fight or combat or fight or after fight to gain experience points just so that eventually, you might learn that technique or magic spell that
Fair enough.
Okay,
is
but
needed.
that-
wait.
And this, I can remember Phantasy Star 2, I think it was...
Yeah.
Phantasy Star 2 needed to learn the technique Megid. But anyways, regardless, because we were going to go face Dark Force and Mother Brain and all that shit. So
These are the final bosses.
these are the final bosses, exactly. And I remember, like, fuck, we got advanced levels. And for 2 weeks, every day,
You
after
grinded.
school,
You grinded.
grinded just to get to level 35 because we might have been at level.
But now, see, that's that, and you're actually working towards something.
Yeah.
These are the most prime characters. You're buying the video game to play those people.
That is true. That
And
is a bit.
40 hours?
That is a bit the fist in the
That's
ass.
for one
the
character.
fuck?
You have to
wanna
play
get
enough
one.
to get tired of the game in order to get
That's
one
ridiculous.
character
So
that you
it
should
is
have played from the
ridiculous.
beginning.
So it is 100%
Is there a
ridiculous.
cheat?
The thing that people really freaked out about is that
Money.
You could unlock them with money?
not necessarily not straight up like that.
No, yeah.
What people freaked out about was that you can buy these crystals, right? And these crystals will give you help you unlock cards, which can then get you Darth Vader or whoever the main character that you want. It's not guaranteed you're gonna get them.
What
right?
kind of a
Wait,
goddamn
wait,
loan
wait.
shark business?
When you say
game?
buy crystals,
Yeah.
you mean our money into.
Yeah, micro.
So not the
microtransactions.
video game currency.
No, it is video game currency, but there's two types of currency.
Yeah.
In the business, one is called virtual, and I think one is called sweat, and the other one is real, I believe.
Okay.
I'm not too sure. Sweat is in-game currency. So, like, let's say the game gives you gold, that's in-game currency, but then you can also use real money to convert and purchase their other in-game currency that is only purchasable with your real money.
So this is a model that's pure that was mainly seen in mobile for a long time, right?
Yeah.
And it's called microtransactions. It's about $1, $2, you keep spending money, and 20.
I've done
this is
that.
the 80-20 rule. Okay?
Farming zombies.
20% of all people who spend money on microtransactions spend 80% of the amount that the company makes. So you have 80% of people who may buy one or two, maybe not even buy at all, but the 20% that do spend 80% more than everybody else. Like they make the game.
So 80% of the revenue comes from
20%
these
of
20% of guys that buy a shit ton.
Sharks.
Exactly. They're called whales.
Oh, whales.
Whales.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
How'd you know
So-
it was in the fish category?
Because I'm not in the game industry, but I play a lot of games.
Okay.
I just know it's like in wrestling, you
So,
face,
Here's,
Right.
here's the thing with that. Obviously, it's a shitty situation, and it's not the first time EA has pulled something like this. EA came out and did a community post on Reddit, and it's the most downvoted comment on Reddit history, where they were saying that we were trying to make. I can't remember the gist of it was that they were kind of apologizing, but it was more like, hey, we're trying to make the game like. They wanted to make it an achievement to unlock them by gameplay.
They made it sound like it was kind of ham-fisted, but they defended their position, but in a way that was, I guess, sort of leaving them vulnerable in a way.
Yeah,
like,
sort of like that.
sort
What was the comment?
It wasn't very long. I can't remember it verbatim, but the gist of it was, paraphrasing. It was we wanted we made it like that so that people would feel that the achievement of unlocking one of those characters by pure gameplay. And coming from that aspect, I play a lot of racing games, and racing games you never got the best cars in the beginning.
Never.
No, of course
you
not.
had
You
to
gotta bust
grind.
your ass.
Yes,
You had to bust. So I was used to having I bought the game because I wanted to play the fucking Porsche. I wanted to play the Jaguar. I wanted to play the Viper. I had to go through the entire game, and then sometimes you still didn't get it. You still had to do 5,000 races before you got enough
Right.
experience to be able to get the car. So I'm used to that. I can understand where stuff is coming from, where you pay to win, and you're obviously it's not balanced anymore. Right. It caused a real shitstorm. EA decided to change their system where they lowered the amount of experience points it was going to take to get that. And there was some confusion, and people say, oh yeah, but they also lowered the barrier of entry with the crystals. I'm not actually sure if that was confirmed or not, but then today, or more mainly yesterday, they completely pulled out the microtransaction system, at least for now. And so over the course of this week, I saw a lot of gamers just basically not shit talking, but just blasting EA left and right. They're like the evil corporation, and yada yada yada. And then they lowered it, and they're still an evil corporation. Then they finally remove it, and they still weren't happy. And that's the issue I have with gamers a lot of the time.
What do you mean they removed it?
They took out the microtransactions. You can't buy anything yet. They might bring it back later.
as of 5 hours
But you
ago,
still have to play the 40 hours.
No.
they lowered that.
Yeah,
but
they
as of 5 hours ago, first of all, the game was released today, and their stock price took a hit.
Yeah.
Oh,
by
wow.
2.49%.
So
But just let me go.
It's not horrible, but
It's something for
it's still
stakeholders
kind of
to-
significant,
Yeah.
actually.
But
It's
there's something
considerable,
that he
yeah.
said that's very important here. He just said the game was released today, man. Me, I kind of like the EA approach to this because I kind of think it was. I don't know if it was on purpose, but they They did the beta, then they pre-released the game like 2-3 days in advance to people that actually paid $20 extra to play the game in advance. They put the price super high to unlock the main character. It's fucking Star Wars. You want to play Vader, so a lot of people will play that 40 hours. Then they cut it by 75% to make people more happy. We'll listen to your comments. We're gonna adjust their scoring and how you can get stuff, so that way you get your gear. And on the day before release, they remove everything. All of that happened and the game was not even released yet.
Yeah.
So they went from super bad, we understand you guys, now it's off, come and play.
But people are still bitching.
People are still bitching, and that's the
And
issue.
A lot of people are talking about it.
I think
I don't
also,
understand why they would still be complaining.
yeah, but where are they bitching? Is it Twitter? Because
Everywhere you can imagine.
Twitter-
Facebook, Twitter,
Yeah, I guess.
Reddit.
So anything
fucking
social media,
4chan,
but
everything.
I deal with Twitter at work, so there's times where it just pops in my face. I'll look at what's a trending hashtag, for example, in the States, and it's like people are bitching, and like whatever is trending, at least one of those trends, it's everybody that is trending about that and bitching at a specific person or comment or something. And this is kind of like the same thing. I didn't see today because
Okay,
I was.
well, here's
They were
what-
probably trending on Twitter or EA, and I'm sure there was some
Probably, but
shitty talking.
Here's the difference. EA changed the way the system
Yeah.
worked, and then they did it again where they completely removed what everyone was complaining about, and they still
Yeah,
fucking complain.
for sure.
So if I was that CEO of EA, it's like, well, we're gonna keep doing what the fuck we want because you can't make you guys happy. And it wasn't just EA.
Unless they understand that right now we're all like tribal, you might
it's
say,
not
in
all
the sense of
tribal,
like,
because it was purely EA has always had that bad reputation.
Yeah.
Fine, they probably deserve it a little bit, but the problem that people are forgetting is Disney was involved with that too. You don't think that you're just gonna sit back and think Disney let EA do everything without approval? You're crazy. Of course Disney knew what was going on. This isn't a hit at them. I think that this system is it can be implemented far better. All right, I've seen it done far better. Do I think the way they went about it was kind of dumb? Yeah, it was totally dumb. But this is the way the model works. When you see games like Candy Crush make $1 million a day from people fucking microtransaction, you can't take a video game that costs upwards of $100 million to make and not look at that model. It's working for them.
Yeah, it works, but it's they kind of try to make the free-to-play model into a AAA model because people already bought the game. But now they're kind of forcing you to pay even more to get stuff. Like the free-to-play model is you start and then at one point you're kind of stuck in a way where you need to pay, So I think they kind of mix both. But I just wanted to say my point again. All of that happened before official release. I don't know, for some reason, I believe it was all on purpose.
It could be. There was people
How can
who
you
were saying
change
that.
your mind that much after that many weeks of beta, man?
It would be hilarious if it was done on purpose, but they would have blasted a fuck ton of money for a stupid joke.
You could working in video games. We know how quickly
that's
things
why I'm
can
happy
change.
you guys are like
post
talking about
release day one stuff.
Yeah.
Community where we have stuff where we look at the community and see what's going on to see if there's anything that could have just being pushed, gone AWOL, gone crazy. So video game companies will be quick to react.
Yeah, but the people that are complaining that were playing the game, they already paid $20 US extra just to play the game.
Right, but then
so the one complaining, it's the one paying more money to play 2
because
days in advance.
People canceled their pre-orders.
Yeah, but I'm still like people that are complaining, showing gameplay about how it's stupid. They already play more to play 2 days in advance, so they're already in the wrong. If you ask me.
Well,
No, yeah,
you're
there's-
right,
you know,
but
That's only if there's people among them that are complaining.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Because
the
I'm
people who
pretty
didn't
sure-
No,
even-
of course. Then other people.
It's the people who weren't even going to buy the game in the first place who are the loudest.
It's
of them.
It's
exactly
always
that.
like that. That's what I'm talking about. Tribalism. It's like maybe one or two. Before it was like one or two. Let's say pre-internet, one of us would probably complain. Maybe we'd all agree with you or whatever, and it would stay contained here. Most people would still like the game or whatever. Now it's like one or two people that happen to be really vocal, and probably their comment just sounds really cool and angry, funny, whatever. However, it touched the person reading that comment. And it's attractive, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say something just as witty, and I think, so that's where I think some of these like haters come
no,
from.
I guarantee.
100%.
But also pre-internet, you probably would never have found out about any of this shit until it reached your shelf.
Exactly.
Guys, like EA, man, they're in a position, all right? Like history-wise, video games. You know, a lot of we talk about the cost. Like Atari game, like back in the 80s was $40. Yeah. That today it's like
that was
130.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo games were $60.
Chrono
Man,
Trigger
That's
was 100.
today it's almost
Man,
another.
Nintendo
No.
games were 100.
Yeah,
man.
Killer
Actually,
Instinct was $90
good-
when it came out.
good
But then
Nintendo,
most-
NES.
I remember the
Nintendo,
Sega game. Forget
Mario
Super
Brothers
NES.
2 was 99.
Exactly.
99, man.
Exactly.
Because of today, where games are all $80.
Well, that's
Not
what
all
I'm saying. They're
$80.
$70.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they
They're all
are.
$80.
But this
But it
is
stayed the same.
I think video games have never changed in price. Quite
Yeah, they
frankly.
did, man.
They dipped a little bit in the 90s,
Dude, it was
and they were right back
in the
up.
90s,
No,
60s
it's-
in the last decades, and it,
No, not the good games, dude.
man.
The
No,
good
dude,
games have
there's-
always been $80.
No,
Triple A
no,
game.
good. He's right.
All the
game-
good
I can
games have
prove
been
that to you.
$80.
I bought God of War day one for $60 in
Okay,
2000.
Yeah, but I was,
But I'm talking. Okay, Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games, Dreamcast games, PlayStation era, like that kind of stuff. Like around then, after PlayStation 2 was when video games started to flourish into what
Yeah.
we could call
Yeah.
mainstream.
Yeah.
But before that, no, he's right. Good games.
They're always
any
expensive,
good
dude.
game. Chrono
Yeah,
Trigger.
yeah. I'm not,
Actually, man,
And you know what?
Even if they weren't good games,
maybe
unless
it was
they
$50 in the States. Here, man, it was always like $100, $80.
Not always $100. The last decade and a half.
last
What,
decade
and a half
maybe.
is not
Well,
a
what
lot.
about the
So-
80s
From
and the
2000
90s?
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
The 80s, 90s, but from 2000 on, the
Okay.
price was
No,
$60.
then there's even $20 games now. Those didn't exist in my time. You were not gonna go to the store and
No,
buy
but
an
those
NES
are even
game.
then, those are the shitty ones.
For
No, but
20 bucks.
AAA titles were $60
Yeah.
out day one
like
from 2000.
I just want to go back what I was saying, man. Like Atari game, like $40, it's like 130. Super Nintendo, it was 60. It's like more than $100. Today they release game, they're all $70. So they're trying to make more money. I'm pretty sure the Atari 2600 games didn't take as many people and as long to make. So they kind of, I'm pretty sure you guys can confirm this.
Yeah.
That
They also
the
didn't sell as
production
many,
cost
but-
is more. And listen,
I'm not entirely sure about that,
they're EA, right?
No, I think
They
the
have the
overhead
Star-
today is
listen,
more
listen.
expensive
They're
for
EA. They have Star Wars. All right. So I mean, it's the fucking license to own. So the way I kind of see them in a way, they're gonna release their game at $70, but we have Star Wars. You know, it's kind of if you're a pimp. You know, my best looking whore, she's $200 an hour. Well, once she walks in your place, just like the game will walk in your place for $70, want to do more stuff, it's probably going to be more expensive with her because you know what? She's the blonde with big tits. You know what? This is Star Wars, man. Pay for it.
Well, in a sense, yeah, I could agree, but the thing is that we still live in an era now where video games are as popular as any other or more.
Yeah.
So as any other like form of media or more, and I would say more.
It has
most
its own
probably.
culture for crying
It
out
does
loud.
have
That's
its
it.
own culture.
And when you charge, okay, here's the thing, right? When you said that games today cost more, I would say for different reasons. It's not because you need to find the talent. It's probably not because like all the technology was still emerging and you needed to figure out. You needed to do a lot more R&D and stuff like that, and depend on expensive new.
But it was also
technology.
just back in
Production
the day. It
is
was
more
like one or two
expensive.
graphic artists. You know, it was different.
Well, no, there was
there was a whole bunch,
You had
yeah.
you had some fleets of programmers for some games for sure.
I'm talking about the
The
days
thing
of
is
Super
that
Mario.
it was the actual product itself, like the artists, the designers, the programmers, like that level. That's where the cost was. Now
It's in promo, it's in
those
ads, it's in this, it's
exactly
in that.
it's in
And it's-
advertisement and marketing.
There's that, but there's also complexity of the game.
There is also complexity
because online
Yeah.
costs
Dude,
way more.
no
to
matter
produce
how
than
many
anything
hours
else.
it took to make Tetris, I'm pretty sure making Grand Theft Auto took more time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
Now add an online
like,
element to it.
yeah,
and
no, that's what I mean.
that
Like the
jumps-
production of a game today is
but it
it's
jumps
monstrous
exponentially
compared to before.
It jumps.
Yeah, but then-
exponentially.
Yeah,
How-
so you're agreeing with me.
Yeah,
How are
yeah,
these
yeah.
company make more money? Do they all raise the game? They're all $100 and you get everything,
No.
or they release at 70 and you pay a little if you want to play
No,
more? Some
because-
of the games.
Because here's the thing. Here's where my point of contention comes from. First of all, my main point there is that the actual game doesn't cost as much, more so than it does all of the frills and bells and whistles and advertising and marketing that you need to do to go along to make your game that profitable.
Oh yeah, they're still profitable.
Because now these companies are all owned by shareholders who don't give a fuck about what they're actually doing. They just want to make money.
Yeah.
So if all of the big ones that are making the big titles are owned by people who don't give a fuck about the art, quote unquote, you have to sell. So that's why you get 10,000 iterations of COD.
Yeah.
But we also live at the same time in a world where you have PC gaming on Steam, GOG, the new platforms. Well, Steam's not new, but whatever emerging platforms might be coming out.
Yeah.
That are selling you those games at much cheaper with better performance. And there's nothing, and if anything, it costs more to get the PC game out because of all the compatibility testing you need to do to make sure that this massive range of computers are able to play this one game.
Yeah.
Now, there are companies that make beautiful games, both visually and mechanically, programming, the works, that sell at a fraction of the price, but that offer 3 times, 5 times, 10 times more content, fun, innovation in some cases. What's the excuse?
There's The Witcher 3. I think it released $70 and have a bunch of shit for free afterwards.
It was the most fairly priced game I have ever paid for.
There's also a thing with shareholders who want high 90 type of Metacritic scores, and that's an actual discussion within like design meetings. Is like we want a Metacritic score of this. Now, to get like a high Metacritic score in the low 90s, even it takes several iterations of a game because you're gonna reskin it, and you're gonna make whatever was wrong with it better. And now Uncharted 4 came out. That's 4 iterations over 10 years. That had a super high 90 Metacritic score, and the game was amazing. But you have to build a franchise over that. Now, some companies will go into it and say, we want a high Metacritic score and give you like 2 years to do that. You absolutely can't do that. And that's what drives up a cost. To put all the, it's, that Venn diagram where it's cheap, good, and fast. Yeah. You have to pick 2. They try to push, cheap, good, fast. You can't have the cheap if you want a good and fast. And that's the problem. And unfortunately, even when you spend the money, you can't do it fast because things will break at a later stage. So with all that in mind, when you have Sony's in-house games, when you have Xbox in-house games, it's not just 2-year cycles. They talk about the next game years in advance, 3-4 years. Grand Theft Auto only comes out with a game every 5-6 years. That's because of how big the world is. But it's a great, fantastic game. They sell it at pretty much the same price as all the other games. And when they released GTA 5, they had the highest selling, the highest profitable game of all time, I think, at the time.
They won broke record and all that.
Broke record.
It was crazy shit. Yeah.
So when you can, there's ways to do it. It's just clever, getting your marketing in order and getting it has to be really well defined. And the more features you have in a game, the more like collectibles and branches, the harder it is to ensure that it's going to be a good game. And that takes that regardless of how much people you throw at it and money you throw at it, that takes time. You can't remove that. So with all of what Qubes said, marketing, all the ads, promotion, even when you have everything set in space, you still have time frames and stuff. Like with Disney, they have those like, we want a high Metacritic score and we want it for the release of this movie or whatever. That's not necessarily bad on Disney's part, but at the same time, they have to be realistic and say, we can't deliver what you want at that point. And there are some people who are able to say, no, I can't do that. You need to give me more time if you want this type of reaction. So the games he's talking about on Steam don't have those big back companies, and they may be flawless. They took their time with it. They got involved in it. They just didn't have the marketing budget to push it and to have that social media push where everyone's sharing that shit. So it takes a long time. Yeah. It takes a lot of experience too. You can't just open up a video game studio and decide I'm going to make the greatest AAA game of all time. There's absolutely no way. You can have hundreds of millions of dollars. You still need a publisher who's as experienced with that.
Well, when it comes to microtransaction, if they're done properly, like GTA 5, I think it's the best, man. Like you can play this game, make your money, but if you want to spend $20 on a Friday night and just get more money and buy more shit, you can, but you don't need to do it to perform well. If it's aesthetic, I'm fine with it. If I want to pay $3 to get a better looking character, fine. But I'm not for what they try to do with Battlefront. I think the way they did was more a play to win. They try to mimic the free to play on a AAA, which I think was just too out of hands. But the fact that it happened all before the release date and now they remove it, they're going to bring more people in. Everyone's talking about it. In 6 months, I'm pretty sure this game, they're going to have some type of microtransaction or something.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But what the issue I took with it is you have games like GTA who don't really have the microtransactions for anything gameplay related, more aesthetically. EA has done this model before, and they had record-breaking profits the year before. 2016, they had crazy amount of profit. So there's no reason for them to stop because the people who are going to buy the game and do that don't care.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, if I buy Battlefront 2 and I'm playing online and whatever, my night, Battlefront, whatever, I'll put $20. My Friday night's gonna cost me $20. Maybe I'll try to get some fucking good loot and some. It's good, but if it comes to a point that is mainly based on that, and I think that's what happened, or that's what the model they just really try to suck a lot of people money, and to get that Vader, you need to play a lot of game. Like,
but I think hang on,
you know?
there's a bit of a misrepresentation there, because the thing is not the fact that there are microtransactions. It's the fact that there are microtransactions in a AAA game in which the barrier of entry for the characters that you want requires so much time that it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was too much.
Because you have to think about the game.
Not only doesn't make sense, not fair.
It's not fair,
exactly right.
but it could be fair if it was really expensive to pay for the character, or if it was
if it was
or if it was that they had a model where they tell you right off the bat, come play this weekend, triple XP weekend, constant events, hourly events. Like if you just have Battlefront and you say, we've got Battlefront, and look, now you're going to pay for this, and you're going to spend 40 hours to get Luke Skywalker. Everybody else, okay, whatever, 20 hours, 10 hours, it's
the
normal.
sequel is gonna come out before you unlock everybody.
But here's the thing: a lot of people are going to be able to do it, but the problem is not that; it's that it is a long time.
Yeah.
That is the issue. The thing is, they lowered it, and they lowered it by 75%.
yeah,
Now that's fair.
yeah,
You don't have to spend money, dude.
Like I said before, racing games, I had to race a lot to get the higher cards.
Yeah,
So,
but
Yeah,
this
you gotta
is also-
grind. It's part of the game.
But also within its
Even
own
at work.
context.
yeah.
Let's be fair.
But
Within
like
its own
grinding
context.
shouldn't be the oh my god, like why do I have to grind?
Yeah.
Like, it's
No,
part of
you
gameplay.
shouldn't be charging somebody $80 on a console to have them play Korean
people
MMO
they-
style fucking
Yeah.
grinding,
And-
it just doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. It's not fair.
not-
it
yeah,
doesn't
it
make
sucks,
sense,
man.
and it really comes off as we don't give a fuck.
they just try something. They did, like, they're gonna fix it. I mean,
but they did.
yeah, well,
They
but
did
I mean, they're
twice.
gonna bring it back to a better model. But I know they did. By when they cut it 75%, I was like, okay, I think from what I'm hearing, because I didn't play yet, it really was released today. I was like, it kind of sounds like it makes more sense, you know?
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
To me, it was
The-
like, okay,
the
that's more. If it
issue-
was 40 hours, if I played 10 hours and I get Vader, I played 10 hours, I get
The issue
Luke, I was
I
like,
took
all right, you
with
know
it-
what? That's kind of good.
the
you
big-
know?
the
so
biggest
people
issue
bought
for me-
a beta version first,
You got it if you
Pre-access or
pre-access,
something.
yeah.
But if you get
and
everything,
they were complaining about the beta version.
I don't think those
About-
people were.
No, they were telling you how long it's going to take when you get the real game.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
the
okay,
problem,
so without release people,
that
yeah.
was a legitimate issue to complain
Yeah.
about, like, or to
Yeah.
make light of.
No, I just
but
wanna-
the
yeah.
biggest issue I had was that it was
rectified and not recognized.
and not recognized twice
Yeah,
by people who were never going to buy the game regardless.
Yeah.
Because plenty of people said, I played Battlefront 1, I said I'd never buy the sequel. So why the fuck are you complaining about it? If you have a legitimate problem with with how they're running their system, don't fucking buy the game.
Exactly.
It's if you don't like it, but it's Star Wars. Okay, so what? If you're not going to like it, why buy it? You're going to buy a fucking Star Wars
It
dildo?
reminds me when Sons of Anarchy was on. There was this guy that was always complaining about it.
Why watch
But
it?
he's
Why
watching it.
fucking
He was
watch
watching it. It was season 7, and week after week he was bitching about it. I'm like, why do you watch? Why are you wasting your time? I was getting pissed off that he was fucking watching it when he hates it. When I hate a show, I don't fucking watch it.
See, that's even
Why?
stupider because, like, you didn't pay for that technically. You pay what, Netflix? Okay, watch something else. It's fucking insane that the fact that people will continue to complain after all is said and done is just goes to show that you should.
It's
just
a bigger
never
culture than
appeal
video
exactly,
gaming complaining.
ever.
It's just like those guys who have ripped on every Metallica album since the Black Album, yet they keep fucking buying the new one.
And I see them at every
But they're all
show.
complaining before.
They're at the
release
show, and I'm at the show, and they're like, "Man, this man really fucking sucks," you know. And I'm like, "All right,
you
dude,
here for?
if you're with me, you spend $180 for this ticket that you're spending."
32 minutes for the music reference.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. But we all know Metallica. We all know that they've transcended that.
Well, it's yeah.
Nothing that Metallica does is liked by anybody.
No, but
No, that's not true.
Well,
But
There's purists
everybody
that
buys
are
it.
always going to complain about the fact that they sold out.
dude, people have been saying they sold out since Ride the Lightning because they had
Okay,
a slow
anybody that
song.
says that is insane.
well, he's got a good explanation of why. Explain it.
Because of a ballad? Everybody's
Yeah.
fucking
Yes.
doing that.
Yeah, but they were a thrash metal band. They did Kill 'Em All, and now they had a ballad on their second album,
Which I don't consider a fucking ballad.
They had a ballad on their first album.
Yeah,
and-
Metallica made it okay for metal bands to have.
yeah,
ballads.
and
I say Guns N' Roses.
another thing
They
was,
weren't as extreme yet.
No, but I guess not.
and
Bubblegum.
For Whom the Bell Tolls was not thrash. But then,
Yes, it was.
Well, it's
Yes, it
slow.
was.
No, not by. Was none of that. You know?
No, but you still had the classic fucking. But
But the drums were just doing AC/DC the whole time.
But that's the thing they did fucking for Kill
But here, yeah, but it was still, I guess, faster. And
faster.
then, but then when they then Master of Puppets. Now they signed to a major label.
Oh, okay.
Well, never mind that they're not releasing any singles or they're not releasing it. They still haven't made a video.
Then-
they've sold out.
Then they did a video.
Then they did a video on Injustice for All. So Injustice for All.
They
that
won a
was their
Grammy.
sellout.
Fuck them.
Actually, there was a sellout when they did.
Oh, they didn't win the
Garage Days
Grammy.
Revisited because they're
Yes.
covering songs now.
They're covering songs, but they fucking already did.
From day one.
Okay.
Then the fucking sellout of them all, the Black Album, where he goes to get an actual good fucking.
And rip off Spinal Tap like a bunch of no good fucking long hairs.
And others said,
no good fucking long hair.
For the record, that video Metallica made is the greatest music video of all fucking time. Period.
and then there were those that said, no, they just sold out. Now they just cut their hair and they released Load. Now they're Alternica.
Alternica.
See, but this is where the complaints is where they're heavily heard.
But the best
Is
was
the
when
snare drum?
Yeah, the best was when I was in the other band, Falter, and we had this one drummer. He was younger than all of us, and he came in, and somehow we were talking about Metallica. He's like, "Fucking Metallica, man! They sold out." And I'm like, "Oh, here we go again." And the album that he mentions was Saint Anger. I'm like, Saint Anger? He's like, "Yeah, it was so commercial." I'm like, "Dude,
What the fuck's the matter with you?
dude, I don't know, but Saint Anger is the worst record, not because they sold out. They fucking been making more money than that way long before.
Then they
Saint
went to
Anger.
Death Magnetic, sounds more like classic shit, and then they sold out again. They're just fucking copping out, doing what they did before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
This is the first Hardwired is the first one I haven't heard sellout on.
yeah, no one says shit about this.
Everybody's
so-
actually legitimately happy with
they
it.
like this.
For the most part, except for Boris.
I want to go. Like, whenever I hear someone complain about Bob Rock, I was like, I always
Bob
question,
Cock?
You can call him that, but
Okay.
I always question him. What do you think a producer does? And they're like, well, do you think he writes the music? No. So, okay,
Actually-
so why do you think he ruined Metallica? Because he did, man. He changed their sound. So
In
did he write the music?
hip hop, a lot of times the producer is known as also the guy that makes the
producer,
beats.
Yeah, but not in
producer
our
is the guy
music,
who
man.
in hip hop producers make the beat. 100%.
Yeah.
In metal, they don't write anything.
No, they don't.
They can sometimes they don't even arrange. They go and give
Most
you
of
the
the
vision
time they
for the
don't
album.
arrange.
Yeah.
They'll give you the whole sound, the soundscape, but they don't write the fucking music.
No, they don't.
Sometimes
They might tell you, oh, maybe you should try this here.
yes, and
But that's
maybe
it.
it's like, okay, this one doesn't fit in with the song you had before. It's a little too fast. Maybe they'll slow it down. But if you hear the demos of anything on the Black Album, it was at the same fucking speed.
Yeah.
Everything that they wrote before they went to go talk to
And
Bob
James is yodeling on.
Yeah. Forever I May Roam.
Forever I May Roam.
So that was the same speed that they released the track with. Bob Rock had nothing to do with anything on that album. Fucking Enter Sandman was on the shelf for 2 years before it was recorded.
But Ross Robinson changed a lot of Machine Head on their third album.
You have those producers too.
Yeah.
You know what? It's the band.
Yeah, no,
They
it
feel
was
like
No, no.
letting the producer in, you
It
know?
was. But
Metallica is not going to let.
I've heard some demos.
How to write their
I've heard
music.
some demos of the Burning Red, and there it wasn't as
Well, they played Desire to Fire plenty times live before then. It's almost 10 times more
In fact, they would
aggressive.
come on stage.
The
with
rap is
the whole
there. Don't
intro.
get us. It's still
Yeah,
a
but you
rap
know what?
metal thing, but it's
You know what?
It's aggressive compared to how it is on the album,
The-
which I still love the album.
On the Burn My Eyes tour, they actually
up with that riff.
That riff was the Desire to Fire. Yeah, so there's like 2 albums before they already had that riff. But
So
anyway.
I think the Black Album is the best production for any Metallica album.
It's still the benchmark of production today.
And nobody has sounded like it since.
Nope.
Almost 30 years ago, no one is able to replicate that fucking sound. That's what Bob Rock did with his engineers.
It's timeless.
Yeah.
It
it
still
sounds
sounds
good.
great.
It sounds
still
good.
sounds modern.
better than
Yeah.
everything.
Okay.
Will always.
That's
do.
what
I don't
Bob
know.
Rock did. He did not write the music. To give you an example of what a producer does, when Rush was trying to record without any fucking pedals, Alex Lifeson tried to pull out. He's like, I want my pedals. I want my pedals. The producer said, no, you're not using your pedals. No, but I want my fucking pedals. No, the whole vision of this is without pedals, you don't get to use your pedals. He didn't write any of the music. He just kept the vision straight.
Right.
Which is what Bob Rock did for Metallica. Metallica went to him because he heard Dr. Feelgood and the way that production was, and they wanted that. So they grinded with him because Bob Rock was not letting. They wanted to change a whole bunch of stuff about the way that their guitars were doing. No, you want that heavy sound, you gotta do it like this. Didn't change anything about the music. Didn't tell him how to do anything. The only thing he did musical was
He helped James arrange some vocals. That's about it.
He
man.
helped Kirk Hammett
and
also with
that's it.
the
On the
solos.
solo to the Unforgiven.
But he
made him
pulled
do
it out
over
of
and over.
him.
Yes,
Yeah,
he made
it's
him do it
still
over and over
Kirk
again. He
who
didn't
wrote
sit
it.
there and write the
Yeah.
solo for him. That's not what a producer does in metal. So anyone who has a
He'll
problem
tell
with
you
Bob Rock,
that sucks. Change that.
Yes.
A producer can do that.
They can totally do that.
And you can be an idiot and say, no, I'm not going to
because
fucking...
I've done that. I've done that to producers I've worked with too. That doesn't sound good. Change that. No, I want this. I specifically wrote it. No, but are you sure? Yes. Trust me, I don't want to change it. Why? Because the producer is still getting paid by the fucking band, not the other way around. Bob Rock didn't kill Fleming Rasmussen and take over Metallica.
No,
That's
as
what
a
you
matter of
think.
fact, you're bringing that up. We're talking. Look, they're my favorite band in the fucking world, and I feel so awkward every time they come up because it seems they come up all the time. And I'm like, didn't we already cover exactly this some other time? But I will talk. We said Master of Puppets. They have the whole celebration of that record now.
Oh,
They
yeah,
have the
yeah, I saw that. That
vinyl
looks
coming
really
out, which
cool.
it's arriving any day. I
30
bought it,
days.
the deluxe one. But anyway, fuck that. On Lars's, It's Electric. They have about 15 minutes where they talk about Master of Puppets and the making of the record and the time around it, and then Fleming Rasmussen shows up, Michael Wagner shows up, and they're all there and in the room together. The band, of course, with Rob, not Cliff, you know. But it's cool. He gets to at least talk about. He's the one person in the room who's not part of the album,
Yeah.
so he can talk about it as that person. You know,
Yeah,
like
as
when
an
I
outsider.
heard Master of Puppets, you know, or whatever.
As an outsider.
But hearing Fleming and Wagner talk about it is really cool. And they're like, man, like Fleming was like, there's gonna be no reverb on this at all. No fucking reverb.
It's
You
true,
know,
there
and
is
then he
none.
goes, and then Wagner said, I know that the only thing I remember the most clearly is when I first came in. I think he did either the mixing or mastering is what Wagner did, and he's like, I was told right away, no reverb. He goes, there's no reverb. Okay, so fucking no reverb. No,
That's a great example of.
Yeah.
Norman, I always
took
feel
out the
you're gonna
fucking bass
knock that glass.
And Justice for All. You think that Bob Rock is going to
producers-
settle him down? Get the fuck out of here.
No, but there's they kind of told the story about that, or Newstead told the story about that.
He did, and Lars has said his piece about it, and the producer and the mixing guy. But just to say that if the band doesn't want to do something, regardless of how it'll make the
they
guy
can
look,
veto the producer.
They can veto the
Yeah.
producer regardless of who it is. And that was Bob Rock. The only thing he really done before was Bon Jovi and Motley Crue. Do you really think Bob Rock, who did Motley Crue and Bon Jovi, was gonna settle down Metallica? No, we're gonna do it my way. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, not a chance.
Metallica wanted to do what they wanted to do on the Black Album. That is not Bob Rock's fault.
They've
Praise be to
always
Bob Rock.
done what they want to do.
Yes. And I fucking love that album.
Yeah.
God damn do I love that album.
Yeah, it's
Good
probably
record.
one of my favorites.
If Load had sounded like the Black Album, I mean tone-wise exactly, I probably would have liked it more.
Load is good and it's close, man.
I think it was too loose.
It is loose.
I liked it tight.
Yeah, well, the looseness also added its own.
Oh, you mean
flavor to
loose
it.
as in like it feels jammy?
Yeah.
That's where they started with that, because I found ever since then all their albums have that bit of that jammy feel.
I like that fucking boom, you know.
the last two are in a box again, where the ones before, like from Load, Reload, even Garage Inc. and Stanger.
Stanger
It's
Death
been
Magnetic,
Death Magnetic is in a box, and so is Hard
Okay,
Box?
yeah,
What do you mean by that?
It's back
tight.
to playing tight. You know,
Yeah,
like,
but there's that jammy feel of like,
it's not as tight
It's
as
like-
Justice
No, I
for All.
understand.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like a
it's
bit of
nothing
groovy, and
that-
that grooviness is going on for a long time
Because
before
you
they
want-
get back
You're talking
in.
about that fucking hot, smacking the fucking.
The precision they have on Ride, Master, and
That's what I'm talking
Justice,
about.
and Kill is actually plenty jammy of a record.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Kill
that's how it
Actually,
started.
you know what I mean? No, but
That's it.
But
That's what
when you
defined
get
the
used
sound.
to the
Right.
perfection they dealt you in the second, third, and
technicality.
fourth album, even they can't do that, man. That's impossible. I don't know how the fuck they did.
The only
that.
thing I have to
I have no
criticize on the
clue.
jammy part for Hardwired Self-Destruct is Lars was stuck to the snare hits. Like that one got a little annoying to me.
Well, yeah.
I wanted more of that,
He
Lars.
doesn't do toms anymore.
I
as
want
like
the
he used
toms.
to.
Yeah.
That's what I.
But
think
there's
they
toms
did.
on the record all over the place.
I know, but not as much
They're
as the
just-
snare.
But he doesn't
They're-
do tom roll. He'll go,
They're courtesy
doesn't do that
fills.
Yeah,
anymore.
they're
We'll call it that. Like,
It's same thing with Kirk Hammett solos. I really wish he got back to tight solos. And not
Well,
that
his
smooth
solos on
shit.
Death Magnetic are incredible. It's these solos sound more bluesy mixed
I
solos.
don't
and,
like that. Ever since the fucking
Yeah.
I Disappear solo.
yeah.
Well, there's no way
Well,
you
no.
really listen to the solos in Death Magnetic.
No,
if you're
I'd
saying
say
that.
that started-
Death
I like
Magnetic
it.
solos
I'd say that
are-
started with Unforgiven.
No,
It started on Black
had
Album.
some shred in there, man. It
A
was,
little bit, but you could hear the overall structure of it was.
Well, it
a
was always
pretty-
pentatonic, but
Yeah, but it's still.
I'm talking
No,
about
you see,
that neck pickup, fucking
He was melodic minor, very much so.
Yeah,
And then he went pentatonic, starting half of the Black Album.
Yes.
And then going to load and reload, he played in the 12th position the entire
What
time.
the
I don't
fuck
have
is
a-
pentatonic?
That's
It's
playing
a
like
scale.
it's a blues scale. There's
It's a
no
blues
more.
scale.
I have
That'll
no.
give you
I have-
5 tones.
I take
Okay.
no issue with stuff on load and reload solo wise. It's that I Disappeared, that fucking neck pickup, real Jimi Hendrix type of sound. I fucking hate that. It's like how do you go from Master of Puppets to all right there, fucking.
Because you feel like it.
About 750,000 liters of alcohol.
And you feel like it. Imagine,
Seriously.
dude, they were known as the band who played more shows than anybody
Dude, he was
at
Lenny
that time.
Kravitz on that album.
He played those solos every night. So he was probably like, I want to Kravitz it now, man. I want to get it that easy too.
Even Lenny
You
Kravitz
know?
was like, "Can we check my back catalog to see?" And the way, come
I
on,
don't want to mention
his-
Lenny
You
Kravitz
want to
on
play
this
something
podcast
different?
ever
Go
again.
back to
this hard-
Satriani and learn something new.
Yeah, the hardwired solos
Jesus.
sucked.
No, they
No,
don't suck.
I
That's
like-
they
fucking
just weren't
hard.
great. They just weren't
think they
great.
were like so like not good.
Look, man.
Even the Spit Out the Bone solo.
Hey, speaking of that,
That's about the
their
only
first
one that's
their
cool.
first fucking live playing of that song, and he pure fucked up the solo on it. I
it's
pointed out
okay.
one of my friends at work is fucking.
But the second time was very
I'm
good.
saying like he stopped to wait for the cue and continue the solo.
It's all right, man.
No, it's not. Not when you charge $100 a ticket.
Dude,
no.
dude, if I was
What
to
the
do that,
fuck?
if I-
Everybody
if
makes
it was me
fucking
showing you that
mistakes.
solo, you'd be like, dude, what the hell are you doing?
That not for Metallica, not at $100 a ticket.
Oh
No
my god,
fucking
I've
way.
seen every single. I've seen bands I paid like GNR $330 fucking dollars. I hear mistakes when I see them.
Yeah,
fucking
you hear
play.
little mistakes. Not everybody.
No, I've heard
sat
disasters
and watched
from
Slash
anybody.
Dead
Slash
band for fucking 3 bars. I'm
Slash
talking-
historically has been a sloppy guitar player.
Who?
Slash.
I think you guys are
He's
hard,
good
man.
at being sloppy for what he does.
Come on, man, making a fucking mistake. If it wasn't the digital era, first of all, you wouldn't even know about it. You know
Dude,
how
he did
many
that solo on the spot. That's the problem.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he recorded it
No,
on the spot.
No, he did not record that solo on the spot. He didn't write solos at home for hours and hours and hours. He came to the room. They played the song, and he wrote the solo there. It was like, I'm doing one solo, and that's it. I'm out of here.
No. Okay,
You know?
you're thinking on the spot is that one and done. No, I'm talking
Well,
about
what does on the spot fucking mean to
on
you?
the spot was he did several takes of different solos, took the one he liked the best. That's on the spot.
No, on the spot is like,
That's
we're
not
playing
on the
live
spot.
and then go.
Yeah,
That's on the spot.
motherfucker.
That's what he did. He just played it. He didn't take anything
no, but that-
over.
but that's
No.
the-
No, he spent the day on the fucking solo.
No, he definitely
And
But it was
Lars, the
different every
entire
time.
time, Lars is there. No. Again.
Or Lars' dad is there.
Again.
But it was-
no,
I
it's
didn't
there. It's
like
in the
that.
making
It
of it.
was-
Watch it. The making is
yes,
fucking
he did it
documentary.
again. He did it again. He did it again.
I
he did it
really
again.
tried
It
to not
wasn't-
defend them this time and bash them, and you guys always bring me right back to this fucking part.
we have to discuss these things
I
honestly.
just think the
Let's be
solo,
serious.
if he had sat down and wrote it, would have been 100% better.
But the Spit Out the Bone one is a fucking amazing solo, and I'm getting angry
Just
now.
don't think it's that great.
Fucking taking your last sip.
I just don't think it's that great. I don't keep it up in his top 20 solos.
Dude, it's not even his top.
Top 20. You can't go top 20.
No, it's-
How many songs are on the first 4 records? Include the Black Album for fun and the
20.
covers
There's
record.
there's probably about 6 because of how long
There's
they
about
are.
60 songs. 50 songs.
And in their top 20, you think that somehow in their top 20, something that came out in 2017 is going to make it there? Maybe top 70. In my top
I
70
think
solos,
Spit Out the Bone as a song is, fucking good.
top 20 good. Top 20 good. Do I have to show you the list of the songs
Top
that
25.
Yeah, you start,
dude,
you start
we're being
enumerating those songs, going to be way past 25.
Yeah,
by the time
dude.
you get to
Nah,
that.
I don't know.
I think so.
Master of Puppets is 8 songs. 8 right off the bat is taken, okay? Right off the fucking bat.
I think, dude, I have a hard time saying that I like Spit Out the Bone more than leaving
anything
Escape.
on Injustice for All.
No, I
dude,
definitely like
Escape
it
is
more
10
than-
times better than.
Escape
Come
is
on.
great.
I love
I
it,
like
dude.
Escape.
I like Escape, but I think I'd prefer to listen to Spit Out the
8 to
Bone.
17.
Not even
then
Metallica
another
likes
9.
Escape. They don't play it.
Well, Death Angel plays it for them.
That's true.
Metallica played the Escape and
They
it was
probably
good when they
outsourced
played
that
it.
song.
You guys could play it now.
1,237 days. It's the last time they had played it at that point. Did you know that? 26 years.
It's good. It's fine. They played it though. You said they've never played it.
No. They played it twice.
So what is it? 9 plus 8 is 17. Add another 8 to 17. We got 25, and then add another 9 to that. We're at 34. You're already like 34 better songs than anything that's come out after 88.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
and
not,
then 100 million percent.
man.
Then take the Black Album.
I take Sad
If
But
you think
True
there's
over-
anything on Death Magnetic or on whatever that's better than anything on the
You're
Black Album,
saying everything on the first 4 albums is better
than anything they've
Sad
ever
But True.
done. Yeah.
Are you fucking crazy?
Oh yeah. So which song is better than Sad But True? Maybe Jump in the Fire.
no.
I'll put behind
Okay.
Sad But True.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You
There
know-
are- Sad But True.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
I
would
love
take
that song.
if I have the option of what I want to listen to first, but like, okay, give me Kill 'Em All or Sad But True. I'm
But
gonna listen to Sad
all
But True.
to say-
No, I'll go kill them all.
I don't like Kill 'Em All.
You're weird.
No, I just think it's like 18 butt fucks playing it. Like he's too young. in this.
After,
Yeah, you're
after
too young.
Justice,
I like that tightness.
It's-
they
after
had.
Justice
Yeah.
is my favorite record, and then we'll go
I know,
Kill
but
and Right or Master
The
and Right
problem
are
I have
always
with Kill 'Em
tied.
All was they had Ride the Lightning right after, and that was like holy shit. That
That's
was
the
a
Cliff
giant.
Burton influence, dude.
Okay, but I'm not arguing that. But it's hard to go back when you see this great tight technicality that's also great songwriting, and then go to Kill 'Em All.
The
It's just
guitars are
fast.
just-
It's because Kill 'Em
Kill
All
It.
has some of those treasures.
Has
problem-
dirt in it,
The
man.
Phantom Lord.
There's venom inside
the
that
problem is
album.
it's the Dave Mustaine influence. When they're separated, I like them both equally. When they're together, I just didn't like it.
I don't know, man.
You're
I
crazy.
find that
Then
they
you
had
shouldn't
enough-
like Ride the Lightning because
Because then how do you then do you like the mechanics and the Four Horsemen?
I like them both separately.
I think
which
Four
one?
Horsemen
I'm
and the
Four
Mechanics
Horsemen.
anything.
I
Sorry.
don't know. I
And
kinda
I'm
like,
not- it's
I
not
kinda
the
like the
Metallica
speed of
bias.
mechanics.
I like the speed of mechanics
I
a
like
little.
the song structure and literally.
Hey
and,
guys, come on, James's voice.
Okay, no, James's voice. I like the lyrics even better with,
they're
with the
too
Four,
different.
Four Horsemen.
Okay,
but
because
mechanics, I like the speed
it took-
more.
it
I have
took-
to
But
admit
that's
with
the
that.
only
It took
thing you can give them
Megadeth
is the
till Rust
speed.
in Peace for me to really be like, holy fuck, I like Rust.
But then were you able to go back and really realize how great the other shit is?
I like the other shit, but I prefer Rust in Peace.
It honestly is.
You're supposed to.
For me, though, honestly, upon listening to Rest in Peace and some of the albums after that, I did actually find a better appreciation for Peace Sells.
That's the best album, man.
Because Peace Sells, I think, has the most intelligent writing
Yeah, it's dark.
in terms of music and lyrics.
Oh, look at the
and
lineup on it, man.
Yeah.
That's Megadeth.
I know, but I like those.
I like the
fucking
first
riffs
album
on
too,
Rust.
actually.
Yeah.
The first album,
man.
the first album is like probably the thrashiest Megadeth for me.
It's
is.
thrashy, but I thought the
is.
songwriting was so varied and tasteful on Rust in
It
Peace.
was rock and
fucking
roll.
Marty
Crack,
Friedman,
It's
man.
fucking
What?
crazy.
No,
It's, like, it's
Friedman
rock
to
and
me
roll.
is
and,
probably the best guitarist he's had beside him.
yeah, for sure.
But it's a hard sell because fucking.
But we're talking
Chris
technically
Poland-
speaking, right?
Technically, yes, but
Yeah.
Chris Poland had soul. Like
A
you
feel.
you had that guy.
He
who-
swells up.
Exactly. He's the
you know?
guy. He was his guitar, whereas Marty Friedman is a master at using this instrument called the guitar. You know what I mean? Like you had Chris Poland doing fucking 16 fret stretches with his fucking pinky. That's how much he cared to get that fucking music out. Then you see Marty Friedman, like he's brilliant.
He
writes
does 21
amazing
stretches, and it's like between two fingers.
But that's it. Like he has his own strangeness, but he's more of a mathematician.
Soul.
Yeah, he's more
Whereas Chris
solo,
Poland is
and he's
Tornado
not even
solo.
into thrash metal.
Tornado
No,
of
at all.
Souls solo. You want to talk some soul?
Yeah.
God damn.
That's a great one.
That was amazing.
But so was Poison was the Cure.
That's on the same album.
Every
Yes.
single solo on Rust in Peace,
Yeah,
man.
Like
Dude,
Megadeth solo in that era
album
was all
fantastic.
amazing.
Yeah.
Just to say, who was the drummer on it? Because I love the drummer.
Nick Menza.
Nick Menza. Love that drumming, man.
Actually,
Nick-
actually, for me,
really,
for me,
really
actually,
hoppy, drummy,
that
hoppy.
was their best
shit out
lineup.
of them.
For me, that's my favorite lineup.
That's the iconic
That is
lineup.
that is
Yeah.
that lineup that goes toe to toe with Metallica for me.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, Peace
Come
Sells
on,
definitely
during that
stood
first-
out.
I would take the Peace Cells lineup to go against Metallica's top.
no.
With Cliff Burton lineup,
The way I see it is that if they were to go with the Friedman setup, that's cheating.
But wait,
Because Freeman fucking
Yeah, he's
plays
too good.
circles
He's
around
too good.
everybody.
Yeah, fuck him. Okay.
but wait. When you're saying, are you saying the Metallica
Metallica
Just-
lineup with Cliff.
and Dave Mustaine, or
If
with,
I had to take a Megadeth lineup that can
Go
that
toe-to-toe with
no fucking nothing go toe to toe. The closest one to get the toe to toe would be the Peace Cells.
Dude, those 3 years when
Yes,
they're putting out
but Armin.
fucking amazing
Dude,
albums.
any band.
Armin,
with
you
Cliff
didn't answer
Burton-
my
Yo,
question.
what's up?
Cliff Burton and Dave Mustaine on guitar?
When the hell? No, they
I would never
never
take.
happened.
I would
No, they never
take-
released
No, they
anything
never
like that,
released,
but
yeah.
they did play
Yeah.
in
I
that
would never
era.
take-
No,
Dave Mustaine is just a
my
guitarist.
favorite Metallica lineup is with Kirk. Kirk's solos I like much
Okay.
more than Dave. So
Yes,
no question
100%.
about that.
I
You
never
know?
really liked Dave Mustaine as a guitarist. Coming from
And
a guitarist,
this is
never
how I
really-
look at it, man. Hetfield's voice is better. Okay.
Yeah.
Metallica's production was better. They didn't put money in their nose. They put it in production.
No
okay?
arguments for me there.
Then the guitar solos on the first Metallica records, in my opinion, I know people might argue this, but I really think sometimes you gotta let the people have that vote.
No, I agree.
And Kirk has the
it.
better fucking
Yes,
solos.
100%. No,
The bass
no
playing, that little Barbie doll that they dressed as a bass player in Megadeth.
Oh, poor Dave.
And
He's
then
a nice guy.
He's amazing. I love him to death. But you know what I
I'm
mean?
not arguing anything.
And then you have Cliff Burton, and then shit as on Lars as much as you want, but the way he drummed
I
on
love-
those records,
Okay.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to this.
Okay, fine.
And then Gar Samuelson is probably he's incredible, but still, in the end,
I know.
That's why I'm
I
saying
know
there's nobody who can
exactly.
go toe for toe.
That's
You
why
know?
I'm going with the Friedman Menza lineup. Why? Because Menza can write really good drums too. There's technicality in there, but he
His
can write
drumming
some
is
fucking
so
drums.
much more similar to Lars's, where
Right. but
because
they were
Gar
different enough.
Samuelson had a
But they were different
unique
enough. He did.
fucking
He
drumming,
got fucking
man.
triplets.
They were
out of
different
one
enough that
pedal.
you would know who was
It was
drumming.
weird,
And
dude.
then you had Marty Freeman on guitar solos, who I would say is better than Kirk Hammett.
A million
Yes.
percent.
So
That can go
he's
unspoken.
That's
for
why I
a
agree with him.
million
It's not fair to
if
bring
he-
any line.
I know
But
it's not
therefore,
fair.
it's not fair to bring Cliff in a line.
Right. That's
you know?
if you
I
go
would say
Cliff,
so, too.
Cliff, and with those
That's what I was
guys-
gonna tell you.
And they didn't fucking put it up their nose in the '90s after like Pantera hit it big and everything. I think the closest that they could have gotten, they did get close. They got to number 2 with Rust in Peace. And
No,
then
no, no.
Metallica came to number 1.
Wait, no, not rest in peace.
No, it's-
Countdown.
it's Countdown.
to Extinction to number 2.
Billy Ray Cyrus, not to Metallica. They went number 2 to Billy Ray Cyrus.
Well, I didn't say they went to number 2 to Metallica. I said they went to number 2, and
Okay,
then
yeah.
Metallica went number 1.
Yeah, they always go number 1.
So, but that was the first time they went number 1. What I'm trying to say is that there was
Actually,
a
I think the
lineup.
Black Album came out before.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
They went to number 2 before Metallica went number 1. I know that. I can't remember what album it was.
No, it was actually when they released Countdown and it hit number 2. Dave Mustaine, I wouldn't say got a depression, but he was pretty pissed off because he didn't get a number 1 album like Metallica.
Yes, because of Billy Ray fucking Cyrus.
You're upset about this.
I actually feel for Dave at that because that year, it's like, okay, so I don't have to worry about Metallica. They already did their thing. I got a great album out. Heavy metal was still good.
Yeah.
Nirvana didn't kick our ass yet, And then it's like, I'm gonna do it. He probably called his mom and said, "Mom, you check the charts tomorrow. This is the business." And then you didn't lose to something relevant.
Yeah.
He lost to Achy Breaky Heart. When that guy won a Grammy or whatever it was, he came like, well, here's a quarter for anyone who cares. And he left.
Yeah.
That's the guy that didn't let him get to number fucking 1. Like, if it was Van Halen or like even Bon Jovi, Molly Crew, he would have been like, well, okay. Billy Ray fucking Cyrus!
That is.
If that
the
don't send
physical
you
manifestation
right
of
back to a-
depression
He wrote
is that.
That
every
takes you to relapse
He wrote every
land.
Rust in Peace song in his head at that second.
No, well, the album was
it.
already out.
Yeah. Rust is before Countdown.
Russ is recorded, yeah.
But ironically, the next album was called Euthanasia. Can you think how much he thought of killing himself after Billy Ray Cyrus got number
Considering
1?
the drugs he was on during that.
That's how you relapse. How do you do a relapse? You lose to Billy Ray
I'm
Cyrus.
just saying.
At that, when he did Euthanasia, he was going to rehab for the 16th time.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. I'm saying that lineup was great.
And he had
Fantastic lineup.
gone to rehab probably once before Billy Ray Cyrus won. There's like 15 rehab stints between
know,
that
yes.
and Euthanasia.
There's a lot.
I don't know about this.
So that's
No,
like
I'm just
3.
saying,
That's like
fucking-
3 a year. Right?
Dude, it's entirely possible.
And
man.
Pantera, I would say, can go toe to toe with Metallica at Pantera's best.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
You said no band can come toe to toe to Metallica.
Can come close to toe to toe. You said those are actual words that came out of your mouth.
Yeah, that Pantera.
Can come close to toe to toe.
No, toe to toe.
There, no.
Pantera.
Toe to toe. I'd say they could.
Yeah, man.
No, not to
Dimebag
not,
carries a lot, man.
Not Ride, Master and Justice.
Vulgar Display of Power and Far Beyond Driven.
And
Are probably some of the best records
the
in the
Great
world.
Southern
but I'm
Trend
gonna
Kill.
say it
And a
again.
great Franco.
And the only reason I'm not saying
This
Kill
is-
'Em All to you is because you already
rough.
gave your
They
opinion
had
on Kill 'Em
4.
All.
This
Okay,
is rough.
according to you, they had 4 amazing albums too. Each Pantera.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but hang
but
on.
here's the difference between a Pantera record and a Metallica album. Pantera has skippable songs on all of their fucking
Yes,
albums.
I don't
know,
know,
man.
Fuck.
Sorry,
I
dude.
loved all of them.
And I love them to
Yeah.
death. I will
Yeah.
tattoo their
The
fucking logo on my
only- the-
In
forehead.
terms of musicians,
Okay.
yes, they can
Metallica
stand out.
released 3 albums in a row that none of the songs are skippable.
Maybe I'm the outsider on this because I fucking
Nobody's
love
done
Good
that.
Friends and a Bottle of Pills and nobody else.
I love that fucking song too.
Everyone skips that one for some reason.
I don't know why
Because
you
it's not
would.
really a song.
I know. I love that tune, man.
Yeah, but it's
so
not.
heavy.
But it's actually
No,
not
no.
really a
Look,
song.
man. Every
recording.
single band in the world, it's not just Pantera. Take Iron Maiden, take Priest, take Slayer, as much as I love them. They're like my second favorite. Kiss, any fucking band. Take Guns N' Roses. Anybody has a track. No matter who you are, you have your track that you skip on it.
I disagree.
Yeah.
No.
I
but
disagree.
Bring on the
too.
battle.
I disagree.
Oh no, they'll have an album. GNR has an album that's
Talking about
Appetite
one
for
album?
Destruction. Yes.
Well, then yes.
Everybody has one. Nobody's put 3 in a row like that.
Pantera.
No, they have
Pantera.
skippable songs. I
No,
just
man.
finished
Give me
saying it.
one
What's the
on Vulgar.
skippable one
Give me
on
Vulgar?
Vulgar?
Yeah.
What's
Skippable
the
song.
skippable track? On
Yeah, you
Vulgar?
can't.
I'll tell you which one it is. It's fucking New Level, man.
What?
Okay?
Are you out of your
Yeah,
mind?
all right, and then that's
No,
me being- that's,
I was expecting By Demons Be Driven
Oh,
because of that ending.
That song's much better than the
no.
other one.
I'm forgetting the titles of the second half of the album. Side B. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
There's your answer.
Yeah.
No,
There's your answer.
I can't
Okay?
name anything.
And
off
the
of
reason,
Rise
by the
of
way, I
Iron
said
Man.
New Level because it was one of my favorite songs when the record came out. I'm sick of it now. But go to
The
the
only
album.
song that I'm sick of from that album is Walk.
There you go.
That's because it's
in
overplayed.
reality, it's a
But
bad
that's-
answer.
but that's the hit.
My
Yeah,
answer is
exactly.
bad for it. But go to side fucking B.
I'm going.
Dude, what side B? I had it on CD.
I had it on tape.
Okay, so from After This Love, which follows
But-
fucking Hostile, Walk, A New Level, and Mouth for War.
Oh yeah, no, definitely living
Keep
a hole.
going.
Rise, No Good, Live in a Hole,
Yeah.
Regular Fucking People.
In the last
By
four
Demon
songs,
Dream
Regular
Driven and
People's the
Hollow.
best song. Hollow's a good song.
You name,
Hollow
but
is
those two,
fantastic.
But they're skippable songs in the end.
No.
Good to live in a
I
hole.
love
I'd
Live
say
in a
so.
Hole.
I love Live in a Hole.
We
too.
love them, but I call those the skippable songs.
Not for me.
You are not
Dude,
getting
I
what I
listen-
mean by skippable song
Dude,
clearly.
people will skip Hollow, but I listen to Hollow purely for that fucking ending.
Okay.
I don't think anybody.
You
skips
see,
Hollow, honestly.
what do you call it? It's a song before Regular People.
Live in a Hole.
Live in a Hole, right?
That's a great
Is that
song.
as good as Mouth for War?
No, but I can
Stop. It's a yes or no question.
No, of
No,
course
is it as good as fucking Hostile?
No.
No, but watch this. This is the fucking amazing part.
Show me.
Orion
Yeah.
and Battery.
Yeah.
Is there a better song between the two? Leper Messiah.
Yeah, I take
And-
Battery.
And let's say Thing That Should Not Be.
Yeah, I
Is there
think Leper
really a better
Messiah.
fucking
I'll
song
Yes,
Song
there?
Leper Messiah. The thing that
here's
should
the
not
thing.
be.
Are the lines
the
better?
thing that
That's-
should not be
that's-
is the live in a hole.
That's the skippable one. The one that we love.
See?
But he is right. He is right.
Come on.
But
They have like
That-
a
but-
perfect
but-
record, man.
the thing that should not be is the absolute strongest skippable song in the history of heavy metal.
I'm not denying that.
I'm gonna say-
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that
strongest
you may skip Live in a Hole, and I may think
And
that
go
Mouth
to
for
Cowboys
War.
from Hell.
Cowboys from Hell, the
Oh,
first 5
there's a
songs,
few.
non-skippable.
And side
After
B?
that, yes.
Yes.
And then show me side B on Far Beyond Driven also. There's skippable songs
But
there.
the thing with I never skipped those
A
songs.
lot
I
of people
thought they
would
were
say Shedding
so
Skin
good.
is a skippable one.
Then
I
on,
love
that
Shedding
song.
Skin.
we
I love that
love
song.
every single song. Don't
Yes.
get us wrong.
Yes, we're not the barometer.
We're talking
of
about
what is-
skippable shit
yeah.
right now.
And I can
okay?
tell you some people who would say they would skip some songs of Master of Puppets and Justice for All, especially Injustice.
Yeah,
for
but
All.
the
Especially.
only one that they would skip would be the thing that
What?
should not be.
I think sometimes.
What do you skip on Injustice for All?
We've already established that I sometimes don't
Eye
skip
of the
albums.
Beholder.
Yeah. Eye of the Beholder.
The only songs you're gonna hear the most common songs will be Frayed Ends and Eye of the Beholder.
Yes, but
Right.
you can't skip
I love
them,
Frayed
right?
Ends.
I love Frayed Ends
you
too
don't-
because
you
of
don't
that
skip
Lars
them.
fill that he does at the end.
You don't skip those songs.
Well, okay, you don't.
We don't.
We don't, but other people
But
would.
okay, I'm gonna take back because you know what? I have skipped those songs. No doubt. Sometimes I feel like getting to Dyer's Eve a little faster. It's normal. It's fucking normal. All right.
So skip the whole album.
But they have the least fucking amount of skippable songs in a 4 album stretch than any fucking band in the history of music.
I'd say Pantera is as close to that.
No.
Up until
No.
fucking
No.
Revolution is
No.
My Name, which I will say
They have an
skippable
entire
songs.
skippable record on reinventing the fucking steel.
No.
Okay, but
No,
that's after.
yeah, I'll tell you how I
you've
explain how
said
I
this
say
before.
this. Those songs, right? All of them. If any one of them were on Far Beyond Driven, they'd fall in our skippable category.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
But that's not a fair comparison.
Anyone?
Yes,
of
not
them.
everyone.
Yes, that's
I would
true,
say
but it's
there's
not a
any
fair
fucking
comparison.
one.
Revolution is My Name.
It's a
Death
hit.
Rattle, dude. I love those songs, and I would not skip them if they were on any of the preceding ones.
I think those are the only 2 good ones
no,
on
we've
the
talked
record.
about other ones too.
It's not
No,
that
to
much.
put on the other ones. To put on
the
level.
greatest hits.
Okay, I'll tell it to you like this, okay? Go back to fucking Hostile
Yeah.
and tell me which song on Reinventing the Steel is as good as it.
As good as
Honestly,
fucking Hostile?
I think
Yes, as good as it.
as good as it, I will take fucking
Death
Revolution is my name
No.
or Death Rattle, depending on
This
the day.
is fucking
No,
blasphemy.
depending on the day.
Now I'm gonna ask you War Nerve, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which song on Reinventing the Steel is as good as War Nerve? Which song is as good as fucking Strength Beyond Strength? Which song is as good as Cowboys, Primal Concrete Sledge, even Psycho fucking Holiday? Which song is as good as it, man?
Okay, first off, I like Primal Concrete Sledge. And,
I love those
and
fucking songs. They're supposed to be.
But I prefer more stuff on, at least a few more songs on.
Which ones?
I'm telling you, the first 2 we keep going with. I like those songs, and I can't remember. Like, we'll grind that axe for a long time.
Grind that axe.
Actually, that is a good one.
Yeah.
That is a real good
Now,
one.
I love those.
And
As
you know-
good as these songs that I
No,
just
Primal
fucking
Concrete
named?
But
Sledge
it
and
is-
Psycho Holiday. Yes, I would
No.
prefer those. Yes.
Maybe Primal Concrete Sledge, but not Psycho Holiday. Psycho Holiday is a
But
fucking brilliant
that means that you just sold a skippable track on
No,
Cowboys
because
from
they
Hell.
don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Well,
and the
you
first
know-
5 from Cowboys from Hell is Cowboys from Hell, Primal Concrete Sledge, Psycho Holiday, Heresy.
Side A is off the hook, man.
And yeah, and you don't skip those. But then looking at it, side B is Domination. Well, that's actually still side A.
That's-
Domination,
yeah.
Shattered.
Shattered.
I love Shattered,
I like
but I would skip
Shattered.
that one.
You don't fuck with Shadow.
It's because I can get annoyed by the voice.
No, it reminds me of Priest.
What I do love is that fucking breakdown that they have. Clash with Reality,
That's
which
a
I
skippable.
would skip that
That's
one.
a skippable.
Medicine Man, I would skip that one.
No!
He's a
I like
medicine man.
But this is all I'm saying is you
fucking
see
genius.
this conversation
But the
about
last 3?
which ones are the
Gotta put it in the
skippable
point here,
songs.
yeah.
This doesn't happen on Master of Puppets.
the last
they
3?
might say like maybe to us like I think that should not be. But that might be it. And I've
They will
never
say it
fucking
behind the
this is
wall
the
of
first
protection.
fucking
That's
time I
what-
hear
I
this
didn't
by
start
the
with
way.
Cowboys from Hell. I started from Vulgar Display of Power.
It don't go to the record.
I did, and
did.
And we established there, he even said there's 2-3 songs that are questionable on this
I
thing.
would say
I
No
would
Good and
say-
Live in a Hole.
I
would say
love
those
No
are the
Good. I
two.
love Rise. I love Live in a Hole.
Rise
I
is an
lo-
untouchable
I love
song.
all of those songs.
Anybody who skips that song is fucking mental, period. But
Men-
But you're not technically not supposed to skip any of these songs, okay?
Shut the fuck up with this. Now you're just looking for things
No,
away.
I don't want-
I will agree that Far Beyond Driven for the last half of the album does not resonate with a lot of people. I fucking love that album up and down.
My favorite record. No,
Up and down. You got a tattoo regarding that.
Yes, I have the only tattoo of lyrics. It's not even my favorite band, and I have lyrics from that
might
album.
be Great Southern Trendkill or Far Beyond Driven. My
Great
favorite.
Southern Trendkill
Is the most underrated record.
It's underrated, but I
man.
also didn't like it quite as much as some people that thought that it was underrated liked it.
I agree too. I
the
like
white
love
noise
that album.
sound in that record.
It can get
too
grating.
much.
It can get grating if
man.
you listen too often. Whereas Far Beyond Driven and Vulgar Display of Power are straight. What I don't like about Reinventing the Steel is the sludginess. Instead of the white noise, they went the opposite end, where it was.
and
very
there's no
dragged.
screeching. He only screeches in the word Hellbound.
Yeah.
The rest of it is all. Then it's like, come on, man, you sound drunk, Phil. Yeah, and that's the only other cool line. That's like my favorite song on the album, and I find it's lacking.
You know what it is?
man.
His vocals, he
Are
was in,
tired, man.
No, he was in full blown down mode.
No.
No.
Yeah.
It was the beginning. That was the beginning of the downward spiral that led him to become
Well,
Satan.
it was.
I don't understand.
He sounds tired on that record when
Think
he's
about the
singing.
intro to Becoming.
What about it?
Just think about it for a second.
I'm getting a hard on.
See? That is an amazing way to start an album.
Yeah, but that's
dude.
one. That's the one.
Wait, no,
song.
The Becoming, that's the second album. That's the second song.
It's not
First song
Strength
is
Beyond Strength.
Strength Beyond Strength.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
That's nothing. No education, no family.
I think how long is this fucking
I don't know.
Long.
It's been
At
going on
38
for a while.
minutes we said music.
Holy shit!
30 minutes we leveled more music.
Not bad.
You know what sucks
Ivy
for
has
me
not
about
spoken in a long time.
because while I was listening to these albums back in the days, like Metallica and Megadeth, I was not too much into Pantera. I didn't know English, so for me, it's like the Ride the Lightning, but the first song, the sixth song. You know, I went by number. I didn't know by name. So you guys say, I know all the songs you guys are talking about, but I don't know them by name. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't grow to even Rust in Peace, an album I listened so much. I can name a few songs, but if you ask me, tell me all the eight songs. I
can't do that with Master of Puppets, and I've listened to that up and down.
Okay, no,
But me, it was just a language.
I can tell you the fucking track lengths
For me, it's ingrained.
Yeah, the Metallica one.
Was the Master of Puppets was 8 minutes
I
38
can
seconds.
all those songs. It's ingrained.
I used to know them. This album, my favorite album of all time, is the
Yeah.
one I'm wearing right
Like-
now, and I can't remember the track order anymore.
I
know what songs are on
most
it, but I
of
can't
these
remember the
albums,
track
but I
order.
cannot relate as much because of names you guys say. If you would on it for 2 seconds, then I can do the
Right.
I used to know them.
So let's play a little game, Armin.
Okay.
From first to last, kill them all.
Hit the lights.
Go.
Horseman. Jump in the fire. No, Motor Breath. No, Motor Breath after.
That's
Sorry.
right. So
Yeah,
we
my
already
bad.
have a failure, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I got
You
it
caught
right.
it, you
I got
caught
it
it.
right.
But
Motor
it's
Breath.
better-
I doubted myself, but I was right. Then you have Anesthesia. Now, are we on our cassettes? Because after that comes comes Whiplash, and then Am I Evil? And then you go to the next side, which begins with No Remorse.
Nope.
No, Phantom Lord.
That's right.
And then No Remorse. And then Seek and Destroy. And then Metal Militia. And then you got Blitzkrieg after that. Then you start with, this one is an easy album. Come on, man. You fight Fire with Fire. Ride the Lightning. God, it's not
Buzz!
Ride the Lightning, Bells, Fade, Trapped Under Ice, The Escape, Cthulhu. I missed something.
No.
Creeping Death, Cthulhu.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And then Battery, Master, Thingy, Sanitarium, Disposable Heroes. What do you call it? Leper Messiah.
Mepper Messiah.
Orion, Damage, Blackened, Justice, Eye of the Beholder, One, Short of Straw, Harvester of Sorrow, Great Ends of Sanity, To Live Is to Die, and Dyer's Eve.
And
what about the Black Album?
we don't need to go.
Yeah, he knows.
All right.
We know.
We know Armin knows.
What starts the Black
Ain't
Album?
my bitch.
That's why I asked him about the Black Album. What starts the Black Album?
You're not seriously asking me what starts the
That is
Yeah, you did all the other four. What
that is
starts
the
Black
song
Album?
that everyone knows.
Dude, that's the song, man.
Still say it.
It's all we heard before the record came
Still
out.
say it.
For Sandman.
For Sand.
Okay.
Now it's track 2.
All right, it's
That's
enough.
last one.
Sad but thou.
I think it's holier than thou.
No, man, that's 3, asshole. Then it's Unforgiven. Then it's Wherever I May Roam.
All right, we're done.
Then, fuck, man. Come
All
on.
right, so I guess that's the end of this.
So man, we went a good while, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be one of our longest podcasts.
No, I think it might be second. I think
This is the second one. Yeah. The last one I was on was an hour 30.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
C'est pas pire ça.
All right.
Final words.
Final confessions.
We spoke a lot about video games, and in the middle of that, there's a part, maybe somebody will catch it in the video, my eyebrows do the Armin thing, because I just remembered I have not finished Uncharted 4.
Jesus
I have
Christ,
about
man.
half the game left to fucking play.
You gotta play it.
It's a
great.
good one. It's a good
Yeah,
one.
it's my favorite game of all time. I just got really too busy with band stuff, man. So that's really fucking cool. So I'm gonna be draking it up, man. Sweet.
Cool, man.
Yo.
Party on, Garth.
On my side, man, I think we should be happy to live in time where video games are not too much expensive. You know, like when it comes to money-wise, I think we're in a good time when it comes to pricing. What else would I? Yeah, for me, the Becoming, it's a 9 Inch Nails song, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. So that's about it.
It's the second song on Far Beyond Driven. Sure. I'm born again with Snake Eye. Okay.
Yeah.
And for me, you know what? We didn't talk about this, but I'll just say it randomly. You know what's really cool? Apparently, there's this doctor that claims that he did the first human head transplant.
Wow.
Oh, you gave head to somebody while transplanting. Great.
That is an achievement. That's not for anything.
Currently, that was the results of it.
I had no idea this was here.
I didn't know either. I think I might have kicked it earlier. I don't know.
Yes. Sick.
So your final confession?
Well, thanks for having me on again.
Of course, man.
Yeah, it's always great to have Mr.
Thanks for letting us
Qubes.
have you.
Well, the pleasure's all mine.
Oh no, I insist.
I don't really have all that much to confess. See, it's good to be back on the show, and it's good to be that we can. It's good that we can have this level of discussion about fucking bullshit. You know,
Skippable songs. and
skippable
whatnot,
songs.
You know.
Took up the last 20 fucking minutes of an argument.
Amazing. For my final confession, I think you gamers need to grow the fuck up and stop complaining and just not buy something instead of crying like little fucking whiny bitches on the internet.
Bitch
It's
fucks.
just basically today's world. And
Are they allowed complaining if they buy the shit though?
no,
No, not even.
no,
You're
don't
really
complain.
mean.
Just don't
dude.
buy
You're
it.
not a good person.
Whatever.
All right.
Second, I think Megadeth and Rust in Peace lineup can go toe to toe for a little while with Metallica, and I definitely think Pantera.
Yeah, they're not going 12 rounds, dude. I guarantee you they ain't going.
We're gonna
12
put it this
rounds.
way: if we were to put their songs against each other, nah. If we were to put the musicians
for the
against each other,
'90s.
yeah.
For the '90s,
What about the 90s?
Rust in Peace was better than Load and Reload. Anyway,
Well,
You know what? I feel good
have to
and
say
generous.
yes.
I'm gonna give that to you. I fucking agree with you, man.
Sure.
and Pantera, I think also for the '90s can go toe to toe with Metallica.
I'm not that generous. I will give you one, motherfucker.
You know you're gonna agree with that.
Which one? Are we going against Load and Reload also now?
It's a set
Yes.
'90s.
Yes, it's
But the Black
90s.
Album is there, right?
Sure, but I mean you have this.
See, well, I gotta tell you, the Black Album by itself
Okay, Armin.
is not exactly.
Hey,
better
Armin.
than
Hey,
Pantera.
Armin.
No, it's not. I was.
Armin.
We only got-
Load and Great Southern Trendkill, same year. Boom, Pantera wins.
9 times out of 8.
And with that, I only have a couple of words to say to you.
What are they? Why are you gonna tell me? Tell them.
You're right. I only have a couple of words to say to you. See Buy a
Worldwide, we out.
buy a fucking t-shirt.
For me.